Good evening, everybody. Today, actually, we continue our talk about the Buddha Jaya Mangala Sutta, Gatha, actually, not Sutta, Gatha, which is about 8 verses. Each verses is taken from different sutta or story from the Buddha, how the Buddha defeat or win by his paramita different kind of outside forces. That is something I try to overcome him or influence on him. And he, by the paramita, by good things, he could defeat or win the bad things. This case is outside, and every time I mention that, it gives us the impression how can we, by good quality, can overcome inside and also outside difficult conditions. And today we are in the 6th story, the 6th verses, and this is about saccaka. Saccaka, how Buddha is winning or defeating the saccaka. Saccaka is the name of one man that he was debater. He liked to make debates. He's coming from the Jain. Soon I will talk about him. But I want to share with you something. Right.
Hai faccio una deep prostration.
Okay. Yeah. Share. Now it's already shared. You see it, huh? You can. Okay. So actually, like I said, our story today is how Buddha, how the Buddha defeating or winning saccaka. Saccaka is the debater. And maybe we read it first from our Gatha, from our Buddha Jaya Mangala Gatha. Yeah. Which is in the book, chanting book. It's in page 37 in the bracket. So Lisa, you can read. You cannot. Okay, because I'm sharing with you. Maybe you can read from the. Okay.
Saccaka, whose provocative views had abandoned the truth, delighting in argument, had become thoroughly blind. The Lord of such defeated him with the light of discernment. By the power of this, may you have victory, blessing.
Okay, here the Buddha using his wisdom, okay, because saccaka is speech. Saccaka, it means someone that telling the truth, but actually it's not meaning about his characteristics. It's just a name. In this case, it's not relevant to his characteristics because he holding the view is coming from the Jain. So soon you see that he's coming from the Jain, this is another kind of caste in the time of the Buddha. Today also they exist. They are the ones that sweeping the floors and go. They're afraid to kill any animals, but still they have the different kind of view for the Buddha. And saccaka he liked to go and making debate with different people, different sects, and try to convert them to his point of view in India in that time. So in this case, he come and want to make debate with Buddha, argue with the Buddha, and the Buddha is by wisdom show him that he's totally wrong. Our story is in here in this city, Pasali, okay, this city that we are talking about. Okay. You see the Luchabi. Luchabi, it's the people which is living in the area of Vasali. So our story is that the Buddha is staying in the monastery in Vasali and surrounding with the people of Luchabi people. And saccaka is very important person there. He is very well known. He's lay person actually, but the people is consider him as the holy man. They're like this, like sage. But actually he's the lay person, which is just making a debate with other religious and try to convert them, to show them that they are wrong. Okay? Saccaka himself, we can hear about him in two places in the Suttas. One of them is Majjhima Nikaya 35. This is what we are going to talk about today. And also Majjhima Nikaya, the middle discourse, number 36. Okay, in both of them, he is making some debate with the Buddha, talking with the Buddha, and the Buddha is actually showing his wrong view or how he was wrong in his opinion. And saccaka is very, very proud person. Now, our story, we are going to talk about the Majjhima Nikaya 35, which is the Jula. Jula, it means middle, short, okay? We have Maha Saccaka Sutta, this is 36, which we will not talk about this today. And we have the Jula. Jula, it means little or short, okay? So this is the short discourse to saccaka. It means talking between Buddha and saccaka. And this is the middle discourse that is going. So soon we are going to start to read it. I want just to introduce some things that come background to this sutta. What happened is that saccaka, he was debater, but not only he was debater, also his family was debaters. His mother, his father, also we have 4 sisters. This is come from the commentary, okay? This is the story from the commentary, that saccaka have 4 sisters, and these 4 sisters, they also was debaters. And one time, these 4, it's not mentioned in this sutta, okay? It's not connected to what we are going to read. It's a background to our sutta. And then these 4 sisters, they wanted to make debate with Sariputta. Sariputta was the most clever monk from the students of the Buddha. And Sariputta defeating all of them. These 4 sisters, and he converted them to Buddhism. They practiced, and 4 of them became enlightened, arahant. This means the 4 sisters for saccaka became enlightened after they debate with Sariputta. And saccaka was very, very angry about this situation. Why the sister they go to be Buddhist? He want to kill the Buddha. He want to hurt the Buddha. Okay, so our story starting, like I say, in the city of Vasali. Before I show you Vasali again, it is here. And Luchabi is the people there. And saccaka is one of the people which is very, very dominant, very, very important religion person. And he's just a lay person. So please, Lisa, maybe you can read it.
I have heard that on one occasion the Blessed One was staying near Vesali. at a gabled hall in the great forest. And on that occasion, Saccaka, the Niganta-san, was dwelling in Vesali, a debater, a sophist, well regarded by people at large. He made this statement before the assembly in Vesali. I see no contemplative or Brahman, the head of an order, the head of a group, or even one who claims to be an arahant, rightly self-awakened, who engaged in debate with me, would not shiver, quiver, shake, and break out in sweat under the armpits. Even if I were to engage a senseless dump in debate, it engaged with me in debate, would shiver, quiver, and shake, to say nothing of a human being.
Okay, now this is, see, I put it in the red color. This is talking now how showing how Niganta son, it means the son of Niganta. This is mean there from the Jain. Okay, Niganta Putta, it's called. It means the one that coming from the Jain religion. Okay, and in Vasali, the Buddha was staying there, and then Saccaka is very, very proud person. You see how much he's coming with all this proud. I even wood, it's not important wood, I can make it shake if I will debate with him. So much arrogant, so much proud of himself. Okay, now the sutta is a little bit long, so I want to make shortcut. Here, if you can read, I will talk about this expanded. What happened is, see, I mark it, that this we are not going to read, we should make it shortcut. What happened is that there is the monk called Asaji. Asaji was the youngest from the 5 monks, the first 5 monks that the Buddha, he teach them, they became enlightened. If you remember when the Buddha turned the wheels of Dhamma, the 5 first students became enlightened. So Asaji was the youngest from all of them. He was arahant, he was enlightened. So he was the one that convert Sariputta. Sariputta was listening to one sentence from Asaji and he became Sotapan. This is how Sariputta introduced to the Buddhists, to the Buddha. Okay, so what happened that Asaji is walking on the street, okay, and then he go to the alms round. He just go to collect food, and then Saccaka, he see Asaji. So he want to something like trigger Asaji to see what he, and then he come to Asaji and he ask, what is the teaching of your teacher, of the Buddha? This is how it starts. He go to Asaji, he see Asaji after he finished collecting the food, and he ask him, what is the discipline, what is the teaching of your teacher? And then Asaji answer him that everything, what Buddha is teaching, that everything is impermanent and everything is non-self. Okay, he go, body is impermanent here. Maybe I mark it in the red color. This is something like the end of the answer, but you can read it. Huh?
All fabrications are inconstant. All phenomena are not self. This Agivesana is the way in which the Blessed One disciplines disciples. This part of the Blessed One's instruction is generally presented to his disciples.
You see, this is the answer of Asaji. He say what my teacher is teaching, what the Buddha is teaching, that everything in the nature is impermanent, and everything, include nirvana, it's non-self. That's why I say all phenomenal, because the nirvana is not anicca, it's not, but it's still part of the nature. So it's non-self, but nirvana is not impermanent. That's why he making difference between fabrication, all saccaka, what you call saccaka, it's impermanent, but all dharma, all the phenomena, they are non-self. This is what Asaji is answering to Saccaka. And then you see what Saccaka is so proud, he's so arrogant. What he answer? Okay, what's a bad thing?
What a bad thing to hear we have heard, Master Asaji. When we have heard that Gautama the contemplative teaches this sort of thing, perhaps sooner or later we might go to meet with Gautama the contemplative. Perhaps there might be some discussion. Perhaps we might pry him away from that evil viewpoint.
You see what he's talking to, what he answered saccaka to Tachi. He said, he called to this opinion of the Buddha that everything is anicca and everything is non-self, evil viewpoint. Yeah, so bad things he called it. He said, I must show him what is these foolish things that the Buddha is teaching. So he's so arrogant, okay? And then now we are coming to the next, where we go to meet the Buddha.
Now, on that occasion, 500 Lichavis had gathered at a meeting hall on some business or other. So Saccaka, the Niganta-san, went to those Lichavis and on arrival said to them.
Okay, one moment. Again, this also we can keep because I want to show the conversation between the Buddha and the saccaka. So all these things in the brown color, it's what is talking there that he come to the Luchavi people, saccaka, which is very important, and he tell them, you know, I saw Asashi in these students of the Buddha, and he told me like this, that everything is impermanent and everything in the nature is non-self. And this is very foolish. I must go today and show him what is this wrong view. I must correct him. And the Asaji say, I will shake him. I will shake him like someone shaking, like the elephant is moving like this, like someone holding a deer and move him in the right and left side. This is how Saccaka tell the Luchavi that I'm going to shake the Buddha. I'm going to show how the Buddha is ever the wrong way. Okay? And then the people from the Luchavi, some of them believe on Saccaka, some of them believe on the Buddha. So some of them, they say, yeah, Saccaka is going to shake the Buddha. Saccaka is going to show the Buddha. And some of them, they say, the Buddha is going to show to Saccaka that he's wrong. It's not possible that the Buddha will be wrong. Saccaka is the wrong. And then they are going now to meet the Buddha in the black one. Okay, this is all. I make shortcut to all of you. So otherwise, if we start to read all the sutta, it will be too long. Yeah, so now it's the conversation between the meeting between Saccaka and the Buddha, and all the Luchavi is going together with a group of Luchavi is going to see this conversation with Saccaka to meet the Buddha. Yeah. The black one.
So Saccaka, the Niganta-san, surrounded by 500 Javis, went to the gathered hall in the great forest. Now, on that occasion, a large number of monks were doing walking meditation in the open air. So Saccaka, the Niganta-san, went up to the monks and said, "Where, masters, is Master Gautama now? We want to see Master Gautama." The blessed one, Agavesana, having plunged into the great forest, is sitting under a certain tree for the day's abiding. Then Saccaka, the Niganta-san, together with a large group of Lichavis, plunged into the great forest and went to the blessed one. On arrival, he exchanged courteous greetings with the blessed one. After an exchange of friendly greetings and courtesies, he sat to one side. Some of the Lichavis, having bowed down to the blessed one, sat to one side. Some of the Lichavis exchanged courteous greetings with the blessed one, and after an exchange of friendly greetings and courtesy, sat to the one side. Some of the Lichavis, having raised their hands palm to palm in front of the chest, sat to one side. Some of the Lichavis, after announcing their name and clan, sat to one side. Some of the Lichavis, staying silent, sat to one side. As he was sitting there, he said to the blessed one, "I would like to question Master Gautama on a certain point, if Master Gautama would grant me the favor of an answer to the question."
Sorry, one moment. You see what is going with the tactic. He's going very polite. Only something like he put his proud on the side. He's come talking to the Buddha very nicely. He said, please, can you answer to my question? Before I just say that he's going to shake the Buddha, I go to fight with the Buddha. But when he come to the Buddha, he changed the tactic. He talked to him very politely, very nicely. Oh, can you please answer to my question? Something like this.
Ask Agivesana as you see fit. How does Master Gautama discipline his disciples, or what part of his instruction is generally presented to his disciples? Agivesana, I discipline my disciples in this way. This part of my instruction is generally presented to my disciples. Form is inconstant, feeling is inconstant, perception is inconstant, fabrications are inconstant, consciousness is inconstant, form is not self, feeling is not self, perception is not self, fabrications are not self, consciousness is not self. All fabrications are inconstant. All phenomena are not self. This Agivesana is the way in which I discipline my disciples. This part of my instruction is generally presented to my disciples.
Sorry, you see what the Buddha is doing? The Buddha actually repeating exactly the same answer that Asaji. Exactly. You don't talk about, for example, what you don't talk about here. You see something very interesting what Asaji do and also Buddha do here. They don't talk about dukkha. They don't even mention anything about dukkha. They talk about only anicca and also anatta. But they don't talk anything about dukkha. Because it can be only the idea, okay? That maybe if they start to talk about dukkha, saccaka immediately attack. You want to get rid from dukkha, and then you teach about dukkha, this is maybe something like start to argue with them about this. Or maybe another reason or whatever. So we don't want to go into complicated debate. So we only talk about anicca and anatta to make it more simple to adjust for saccaka. So, so the Buddha is actually exactly the same answer what Asaji answered, also the Buddha answered to him. Okay? Yeah.
A simile occurs to me, Master Gautama. Let it occur to you, Agivesana. Just as any seeds that exhibit growth, increase, and proliferation all do so independent on the earth, or just as any activities requiring strength that are done, all are done independent on the earth. In the same way, Master Gautama, an individual with form as self, taking a stance on form, produces merits or demerits. An individual with feelings as self, with perception as self, with fabrications as self, with consciousness as self, taking a stance on consciousness produces merits or demerits.
One moment. You see what the saccaka he make? He said to the Buddha, you're wrong totally. There is no such things like non-self. And how he excuse it? He gives the simile that something like there is a self, and the self using the 5 aggregates: body, feeling, memory, okay, sankara, abolition, and consciousness as a tool for him to produce merit. By the body, this is my body, okay? I am the body, this is my body. And by the body, I produce merit. This is something like there is a self, that the self is using, same like the earth is used for someone to produce the flowers, okay, to grow the flowers. So saccaka is excusing that there is a self that he used the 5 aggregate as a tool for him, as a machine to create good karma and bad karma, to good action. So he refer that the body, feeling, memory is belong to the self, okay? Something like belonging to the self. This is that. So there is a self. So he against the idea that there is non-self. I am using my body, and I'm using the body to create good karma, bad karma. I'm using my feeling to create good karma and bad karma. And given the stimuli that the health is the source how the flower is coming, okay, by the whatever in the earth, this is helping or doing the good karma and bad karma. So, but you don't mention yet about there is a self, there is no self. But so the Buddha want to put them directly to the point to speak it out that there is a self. So the Buddha answer him.
Then, Akivesana, are you saying form is myself, feeling is myself, perception is myself, fabrications are myself, consciousness is myself?
Yeah, you see, the Buddha he put the point, he let saccaka to speak it out. That actually means that this five aggregate is the self. But what the meaning here is self, it means something that I really can control it 100%. This is actually the idea of saccaka. I can control my body, and because I am, or the self control the body, he produce some good karma and bad karma. Okay? So the Buddha, he put the point directly to saccaka to speak it out in this way. Yeah? So then saccaka answer.
Yes, Master Gautama, I'm saying that form is myself, feeling is myself, perception is myself, fabrications are myself, consciousness is myself, as does this great multitude.
Yeah, okay. You see what saccaka say? He admits that this is what he means. That he means that body, feeling, all these five aggregate, it's the self. Okay? And then saccaka says something very interesting. He said to the people, also all the people speaking like this. All this group of people, Nuchabi sitting here, also they speak in the same way. So what the Buddha say to him about
What
this?
does this great multitude have to do with you? Please focus just on your own assertion.
The Buddha said to him, what do you talk about the great multitude? What do you talk about the other people? Talk about your opinion, what you are thinking.
Yes, Master Gautama, I am saying that form is myself, feeling is myself, perception is myself, fabrications are myself, consciousness is myself.
Okay, so he repeat again about the same things. Now the Buddha come to show him that actually his point of view is totally wrong. So you see that the idea of the self here, it means that I can control the body 100%, feeling 100%. This five aggregate, they are under my control. So you see what the Buddha is showing. Example.
Very well then, Agiyasana. I will cross-question you on this matter. Answer as you see fit. What do you think? Would a consecrated noble warrior king, such as King Pasanadi of Kosala or King Ajatasattu Vedehiputa of Magadha, wield the power in his own domain to execute those who deserve execution, to fine those who deserve to be fined, and to banish those who deserve to be banished? Yes, Master Gautama.
Yeah, okay. You see what the Buddha is comparing? The Buddha is asking him, you have a big king, okay? So it means if he's a big king, he can control the country. He can do whatever he wants in the country. If someone makes something bad, he can kill him. He can control the people in the country. So he asked saccaka, what do you think? He gave him an example of Ajarn, the king of Magadha, or the Pasanati, the king of Kusala, which is very, very important, but dominant king. And then he asked him, can they control? And then the saccaka answered,
yes, Master Gautama, he would wield the power in his own domain to execute those who deserve execution, to fine those who deserve to be fined, and to banish those who deserve to be banished. Even these oligarchic groups, such as the Vajrayans and Malans, wield the power in their own domain to execute those who deserve execution, to fine those who deserve to be fined, and to banish those who deserve to be banished. To say nothing of a consecrated noble warrior king such as King Pasanadi of Kosala or King Ajatasattu Vedehiputa of Magadha, He would wield it and he would deserve to wield it.
You see, what after the Buddha asked him, is the king can control the government, the kingdom? So the saccaka, he admitted it. He said, of course, these great kings, they can do whatever they want in their kingdom. They are under control. You see the idea here of the self, it's something like I have a knife, I can control the knife exactly. I have a tool and I can operate the tool. It means this tool, it's mine. I am, in this case, I am the body. I can control the body, okay? It belongs to me. I can do whatever. So the Buddha asked him the same way. The king can control the country? He said yes, okay? He admitted. And then the Buddha continued.
What do you think, Agavesana? When you say, form is myself, do you wield power over that form? May my form be thus. May my form be not be thus.
You see what the Buddha asked him. Okay, the king can control the country. Okay, so this is mean, but you can control your body. If this is your body, it means you must say, I don't want to be sick, so I don't be sick. I don't want to get old, so I don't get old. Okay, you see the idea again of here, the meaning of self or not self. It's mean about controlling. Yeah, this is in this case, because you see that soon you have what we call saccaka ditthi, a view about the self. So you have 3 points of view about the self. In this case, when they are talking about if I can control it, it means it belongs to me. Okay, it means belong to me. It's mine. Okay, it's mine. Yeah? So the Buddha said, if this king they control, but can you control your body? So saccaka, he understands that actually he lost the point. He lost the conversation. He lost the debate. Okay, because you have to say no, I cannot. But you just change your mind now. So you keep quiet. Okay. Yeah.
When this was said, Saccaka the Nigantha-san was silent. A second time, the Blessed One said to Saccaka the Nigantha-san, what do you think, Agavesana, when you say, form is myself, do you wield power over that form? May my form be thus, may my form not be thus.
So he should keep quiet because Saccaka is very clever. So he understood that actually he lost the conversation. So the Buddha asked him second time about this.
When this was said, Saccaka the Nigantha-san was silent a second time. Then the Blessed One said to him, answer now, Agavesana. This is not the time to be silent. When anyone doesn't answer when asked a legitimate question by the Tathagata up to 3 times, his head splits into 7 pieces right here.
This does not mean that the Buddha is going to kill people, but it's something like nature things that if the Buddha asks someone simple questions, okay, and this person is not answering, so some power will come on him that he can die, okay, because of the speech of the Buddha so high, okay. So soon the Buddha tell him, this is the second time I'm asking you now. Now the third time I'm asking you, if it's very dangerous for you, if you will not answer to me these simple questions that I ask you, you might die. Okay, so you see what happened.
Now on that occasion, the spirit Yaka, Vajrapani, thunderbolt in hand, carrying an iron thunderbolt, was poised in the air above Saccaka the Nigantha-san, thinking, if Saccaka the Nigantha-san doesn't answer when asked a legitimate question by the Blessed One up to 3 times, I will split his head into 7 pieces right here.
You see what happened? That this is a few times it happened that the people go to debate with the Buddha. And then the Buddha asked them, he want to show them that they're wrong. And he asked them simple questions. And when they understood that they actually lost the defeat, they keep quiet. They cannot admit that they're wrong. So then this Vajrapani, it's like a yaka, it's like angels, very, very strong and big one. I think, you know, in the temple, sometimes you see strong, like a monster with a big teeth. I think I show you a few times in the picture. This is and they are protecting the temples also. So he come with the balls like thunder, like a fire, something like to beat the head of saccaka. Why you don't answer to the Buddha? I'm telling you, you should answer to the Buddha. Okay, but you see, this is few times happened like this in the story that people, because they didn't answer, it happened that this yaka come to beat them, but never nobody died. All of them, they so much fear that at the end they answer. Okay, so it's not that the Buddha want to kill people, but it's just a nature thing. Yeah, so
the Blessed One saw the spirit Vajrapani, as did Saccaka the Nigantasan. So Saccaka, afraid, terrified, his hair standing on end, seeking shelter in the Blessed One, seeking a cave, asylum in the Blessed One, seeking refuge in the Blessed One, said to the Blessed One, let Master Gautama ask me, I will answer.
She afraid so much, something come close to the Buddha to protect himself, and then at the end he say, oh, please ask me, because of the fear. So
what do you think, Agavesana? When you say form is myself, do you wield power over that form? May my form be thus, may my form not be thus.
Yeah, the Buddha asked him again now the questions. Can you control your body if you say this is self? Okay, so what he answered?
No, Master Gautama.
So then Buddha answered, yeah, he said, yeah, what the Buddha
Pay
answered?
attention, Agavesana, and answer only after having paid attention. What you said after isn't consistent with what you said before, nor is what you said before consistent with what you said after.
You see, before he said, I can, something body is mine, I can control. But now he answered, no, I cannot control. The Buddha said, but before you say something else, you say that this is your, it means this is your slave. If this is your slave, you can control it. But now you say that you cannot control it. So what the meaning of this is to say that you have the slave? He's just doing whatever he wants, the body. Huh? So, and by the way, you see the Buddha call him Agivesana. Agivesana is the name of the family name of Saccaka. Okay?
What do you think, Agivesana, when you say feeling is myself, perception is myself, applications are myself, consciousness is myself? Do you wield power over that consciousness? May my consciousness be thus, may my consciousness not be thus. No, Master Gautama.
Okay. You see the same things the Buddha say, ask him about all the 5 aggregates: body, feeling, memory, okay, volition, sankara, okay, and consciousness. And all of them, he say, no. You're repeating again, no. Yeah?
Pay attention, Agavesana, and answer only after having paid attention. What you said after isn't consistent with what you said before, nor is what you said before consistent with what you said after.
So you see, now the Buddha again say about every one of them, it's repeating again and again and again. And this is the normal way. He asks first about the body, and then after the feeling, after this, and all the time the Buddha says, so you see, you say you can control. This belongs to you. This is your slave. But now you say that you cannot control your slave. So in which way you can say that this is your slave? Yeah? This is your body. This is your feeling. If you cannot really control them. And now the Buddha come to show them he is wrong, more deep.
What do you think, Agivesana? Is form constant or inconstant?
He asked the Buddha, the body is something which is changing or not changing. So what do he say?
Inconstant, Master Gautama.
He say, of course, impermanent. Okay, body is something we change.
And is that which is inconstant easeful or stressful?
Yes, if something is impermanent, it's something that makes happy or suffering. For example, if you cannot be all the time healthy, so it will be suffering for you or not suffering. If you want to be young, then you cannot be all the time young. It's something that's suffering for you or not, or happy. So the saccaka answer?
Stressful, Master Gautama.
Of course, suffering. Why suffering? Because sometimes happy, sometimes not happy. You cannot guarantee that it will stay all the time the same. So the result is that you are not happy about
And is it fitting to regard what is inconstant, stressful, subject to change as this is mine, this is myself, this is what I am?
It can be that the body, if the body is mine, if I can control it, so it means that I never make it unhappy and I never let it change. So the Buddha asked him, if this is something that's suffering and changing, can you say that this is belong to you? Can you say, do you want to be suffer? Do you, someone that want to be suffer? Nobody wants to suffer. So if you don't want to be suffer, and this is automatically suffer, so it means that you cannot say, now you see the Buddha using 3 terms. This is the saccayaditi that I told you. Okay, one of them is the talking of this is mine. Okay, this is mine. It means this is belong to me. I'm the owner. It's the same like this mouse is belong to me. Okay, so the body is belong to me. I'm the owner. So this is one point of view of saccayaditi, of self. That because it's belong to me, that this is mine. This is my end. This is my thinking. Okay, I'm very clever. I have good thinking. Okay, this is one thing. The second point of view of self, it's this is myself. You know, I think the car, they say, I'm thinking, it means I exist. Okay, something like this. It means the thinking itself is the me. I am the thinking. Okay, this is the second point of view. And the third point of view is this is what I am. It means the body is my characteristics. I'm a tall guy. I'm a blonde guy. Okay, I'm clever. I'm a clever thinker. Okay, I'm thinking very, very clever way. So it means that the body, the feeling, all these things, it's my characteristics. So this is 3 point of view of the self. Yeah? This is belong to me. I am this. I am the body. Okay, and the third is this is my characteristics. Something like I'm, like I say, I'm very clever. I have good memory. So this is my characteristics. I'm phenomenal. So this is 3 points. That's why the Buddha said, if something is really suffering and changing, can you say that this belongs to you? Because if you was the king of this, you can control it, never to change, never to be unhappy. And second, he asked, can you say this is myself? It means you are changing all the time. So in which way this is you? It's coming and going by itself without your decision. And then this is what I am. This is the characteristics of you. If it's changing and suffering, it means you cannot be really the owner of it. And then the Buddha answered,
no, Master Gautama.
Say no, you cannot say this is myself. Okay, you see, actually, all these things show him how you're wrong. Yeah.
Is feeling constant or inconstant? Inconstant, Master Gautama. Is perception constant or inconstant? Inconstant, Master Gautama. Are fabrications constant or inconstant? Inconstant, Master Gautama. What do you think, Agilesana? Is consciousness constant or inconstant? Inconstant, Master Gautama. And is that which is inconstant, easeful or stressful? Stressful, Master Gautama. And is it fitting to regard what is inconstant, stressful, subject to change as this is mine, this is myself, this is what I am? No, Master Gautama.
The same way the Buddha asked him about all the 5 aggregates. They are changing. If they are changing, we say yes. If they are changing, they are causing suffering, we say yes. So you really can say, I want to be suffer. Nobody wants to suffer. So it means that if something change and something is suffering, how can you say this is me, this is I? Nobody, they really want to suffer. Nobody want to, something we don't want. So he answered about all these 5 aggregates in the same way. Now you see what the Buddha continue.
What do you think, Agilesana? When one adheres to stress, holds to stress, is attached to stress, and in visions of stress that this is mine, this is myself, this is what I am. Would he comprehend stress or dwell having totally destroyed stress?
You see what the Buddha asking? He actually touching his life. He hurting it very strong. Why? He said, you all the time in your point of view, you are holding, this is me, this is I. What you holding, this is me, this is I. Things that they are actually changing and suffering. It means your point of view is holding suffering. And how can you release suffering if you're holding attached to the suffering so much? You attach to your body, this is I am. But this is the I am of the body. You attach to the body which causes you suffering. So you never can release the suffering. You attach to the feeling which they are based for suffering. So you never get out from suffering like this. Let go suffering. If you're so much attached to all these five aggregates which they are caused to suffering, you never release suffering. This is your point of view. All your life you like this. Yeah.
How could that be, Master Gautama? No, Master Gautama. That being the case, Agivesana, don't you adhere to stress, hold to stress, aren't you attached to stress? And don't you envision of stress that this is mine, this is myself, this is what I am?
You see the Buddha asking directly. You say, you have this point of view. What is your point of view is not only attached to the stressful things. He asking like this, that you are attached so much to the stressful. Yeah.
How could that not be the case, Master Gautama? Yes, Master Gautama. Suppose a man in need of hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, where to enter a forest, taking a sharp axe. There he would see a large plantain trunk.
One moment, I want to explain what is plantain trunk. It's actually kind of banana. Now, the man, he want to get hardwood. He want to do some statues, some sculptures, maybe he want to do chair or table, something very stable, very strong. But he going with the axe, we going with something to cut the wood. And then where he coming? He coming to the banana. He looking inside the banana for hardwood, but actually you cannot find in the banana anything. You cut. It just the leaves falling down. There is even no tricks and not even leaves and nothing. It's just like empty things. And this is what the Buddha gave him the simile. Okay, this means plantain trunk. It means banana, kind of banana. Yeah.
There he would see a large plantain trunk, straight, young, immature. He would cut it at the root, and having cut it at the root, cut off the crown. Having cut off the crown, he would unfurl the leaf sheets. Unfurling the leaf sheets, he wouldn't even find sapwood there, to say nothing of hardwood. In the same way, Agivesana, when you are interrogated, rebuked, and pressed by me with regard to your own statement, you are empty, void, mistaken. But it was you who made this statement before the assembly in Vesali. I see no contemplative or Brahman, the head of an order, the head of a group, or even one who claims to be an Arahant, rightly self-awakened, who engaged in debate with me, would not shiver, quiver, shake, and break out in sweat under the armpits. Even if I were to engage a senseless stump in debate, it engaged with me in debate, would shiver, quiver, and shake, to say nothing of a human being. But now some drops of sweat coming out of your forehead.
Moment. You see, the Buddha, he remind them his arrogant speech, that he say, I can win everybody, I can be the winner, and this. But the Buddha said to him, you see, all your speech, all your debate, it's empty. There is nothing behind all your excuses. Whatever you told me, you want to go deep about nonsense, about self, but at the end, I show you that you're wrong totally. There is no any base for your debate. Totally empty. But you were so arrogant. You speak so much proud in the front of all the people that you are going to shake. Yeah? But actually nothing. Okay. So the Buddha go more deep to hurt him.
But now some drops of sweat coming out of your forehead, drenching your upper robe, are landing on the ground, whereas now I have no sweat on my body. And the Blessed One uncovered his golden-colored body to the assembly. When this was said, Saccaka the Nigantasan fell silent, abashed, sitting with his shoulders drooping, his head down, brooding, at a loss for words.
You see now what the Buddha doing? He say, you are sweating, you're on your body water. What the Buddha doing? He opened his robe like this to show his body to the group of the people. He say, I'm not sweating, I'm nothing. But you are so water coming on your body. Huh? Something like this. Show him so deep how arrogant he is. And he should not be so arrogant. The Buddha, that's why he want to hurt him so much with his, how much he's proud. He should stop being proud. And then there is some kind of one man from the Luchavi. I think we have enough time, we can read this. Huh? Then there is one boy from the Luchavi, he have idea in his mind. Please.
Then Dumukha Badmouth, the Lichavi son, sensing that Saccaka the Niganta son was silent, abashed, sitting with his shoulders drooping, his head down, brooding, at a loss for words, said to the Blessed One, Lord, a meal has occurred to me.
You see, this is just one boy, one young man sitting there. You see all this occasion between the Buddha and the conversation between the Buddha and Saccaka. And then he said to the Buddha, Buddha, I have some kind of simile come to my example, come in my mind to what just I saw just now.
Yeah. Let it occur to you, Dumukha, the Blessed One said. Suppose, Lord, that not far from a village or town was a pond. There in it was a crab. Then a number of boys and girls, leaving the village or town, would go to the pond and on arrival would go down to bath in it. Taking the crab out of the water, they would place it on the ground. And whenever the crab extended a leg, the boys or girls would cut it off, break it, and smash it with sticks or stones right there, so that the crab, with all its legs cut off, broken, and smashed, would be unable to get back in the water as before. In the same way, whatever Saccaka the Diganta son's breathing, capers, and contortions, the Blessed One has cut them off, broken them, and smashed them all, so that Saccaka the Niganta son is now unable to approach the Blessed One again for the purpose of debate.
You see what the boy say, this is give the simile. You know, crab, he have so many legs, okay? So many kind of attack. He can attack from here, he can attack from there. So the Saccaka, he can excuse this one, excuse this one, excuse this one. And every speech, every excuse that they give to the Buddha can show him that you're wrong. Show him that you're wrong. Show him that you're wrong. So the boy, he said that this is the same. You take the crab, you put out of the water, and you want to go here, want to go there. Every time they take another legs, another legs, another legs. So the Buddha something like take another excuse of Saccaka, another excuse, cut all the way of debate. So Saccaka, nothing for him to say anymore. Yeah.
When this was said, Saccaka the Niganta son said to Dumukha the Lichavi son, just you wait, Dumukha. Just you wait, Dumukha. You're a big mouth, Dumukha. We are not taking counsel with you. We are here taking counsel with Master Gautama. Then turning to the Buddha, let that be, Master Gautama, our words and those of other ordinary contemplatives and Brahmans, prattling as it were. Now, Master Gautama, to what extent is a disciple of Master Gautama?
Okay. So one moment. You see, so actually he admits that he failed in the debate, but now he wants to ask the Buddha question about his teaching, about his way, about his the way that he's leading the people. So he asked him these questions.
Now, Master Gautama, to what extent is a disciple of Master Gautama, one who carries out his message, carries out his instruction, one who has crossed over and beyond doubt, one with no more questioning, one who has gained fearlessness and dwells independent of others with regard to the teacher's message.
Okay, what actually is asked here, what is the characteristics or what define the Sotapanna? What is the definition of Sotapanna? Of someone that he get fully faith in the Buddha. Something like someone that he enter the stream of the Buddha, that he will never be able to leave the Buddha. So he asked him this way, what is the characteristics or how you define Sotapanna? This is actually what saccaka asking the Buddha. Yeah.
There is the case of Vipassana, where a disciple of mine sees with right discernment any form whatsoever, past, future, or present, internal or external, latent or subtle, common or sublime, far or near, every form as it has come to be, as this is not mine, this is not myself, this is not what I am.
This is one thing that the Sotapanna is cutting. This is what I said before, saccaka, wrong view about the self. The Sotapanna still have attachment to these five aggregates, but he understands inside that this is something that changed by itself. It's not belong to him, okay? It's not the owner of it. You see that the body feeling just as a, let's say, element changing in the nature, which the self inside is not belong to it, okay? They are not belong to him. But still there is someone inside which attached to them, okay? So this is what the Buddha said to him, that the Sotapanna actually, he cut this saccaka. It means the wrong view about the self. Yeah.
He sees with right discernment any feeling, any perception, any fabrication, any consciousness whatsoever, past, future or present, internal or external, latent or subtle, common or sublime, far or near, every consciousness as it has come to be, as this is not mine, this is not myself, this is not what I am.
Normally people, they identified with the body, feeling, with I'm thinking, I'm so clever thinking, why I'm so, oh, I forgot, I'm stupid, yeah, or whatever, so beautiful, they identified with it. But the Sotapanna is cutting this point of view, so he understands body is just a changing, okay? This is not my body, it's not my feeling, it's not my perception. So this is how the Buddha explains.
It's to this extent, Agivesana, that a disciple of mine is one who carries out my message, carries out my instruction, one who has crossed over and beyond doubt, one with no more questioning, one who has gained fearlessness and dwells independent of others with regard to the teacher's message.
You see, this is what he says. This is the characteristics of Sotapanna. One that he knows the Dharma, he tastes the Dharma, he don't need any, even the Buddha he don't need anymore, because he already on the Eightfold Path. Okay?
And
yeah.
To what extent, Master Gautama, is a monk an arahant, one whose mental effluents are ended, who has reached fulfillment, done the task, laid down the burden, attained the true goal, laid to waste the feather of becoming, and is released through right gnosis?
So you see now we're asking further, yeah, saccaka asking further question, yeah. So if this is a Sotapanna, so what is the characteristics of arahant, of someone that really get enlightened? Okay, the one that finished his job, he asked him, what is the characteristics of arahant? Yeah.
There is the case, Agivesana, where a monk, having seen with right discernment any form whatsoever, past, future or present, internal or external, latent or subtle, common or sublime, far or near, every form as it has come to be, as this is not mine, this is not myself, This is not what I am. It's through lack of clinging, sustenance, release.
You see now what is different? Sotapan, he understood, he got the saccadity. This is not I, this is not me, I am not this. But the Arahant have one more quality. He don't have any clinging, any attachment to this. Because Sotapan still have attachment to it. Okay? The Sotapan still holding it. I am holding this. There is a holding inside that even this is not mine. But I want it. I want it like this. Okay? Same like you think that you have the Mercedes-Benz of the neighbor. Okay? So you know this is not your Mercedes-Benz, but you want it. Okay? So same things. Oh, I understand that the body is not me. Okay? But I want the body to be beautiful. I want to, so the attachment and these things, the self inside, which holding these five aggregate, this is also the Arahant is cutting. Which means all this attachment, tanha, the Buddha call it tanha, okay, the attachment. Yeah? So he also releasing this one. This is the phenomenon of Arahant.
Having seen with right discernment any feeling, any perception, any fabrication, any consciousness whatsoever, past, future or present, internal or external, latent or subtle, common or sublime, far or near, every consciousness as it has come to be, as this is not mine, this is not myself, not what I am. He is, through lack of clinging, sustenance, release.
Okay, you see, the Buddha actually repeating about all these five aggregates, the same things. Say, beside this, that he cut the saccadity, the wrong view. My body, this is not my body, the body is not me, I'm not the body, but he still attached to it. Okay, I don't want to be sick, I don't want, but even this one is cutting, letting go, let it be. Okay, so he repeating the same way about the feeling, about the memory, about the volition, and about the consciousness.
It's to this extent, Agivesana, that a monk is an Arahant, one whose mental effluents are ended, who has reached fulfillment, done the task, laid down the burden, attained the true goal, laid to waste the feather of becoming, and is released through right notice.
You see, this is why the Buddha said, someone like this, he cut totally all the ignorance and he will not reborn again. Go to Nirvana.
One thus released is endowed with three unsurpassable vision.
You see nature as it is. Okay? This is a vipassana. You see the nature as it is.
Unsurpassable practice.
You don't need actually to practice anymore because you reach the goal. So no, this is fully already with the practice, with the Eightfold Path practice.
Unsurpassable relief.
It means you get nirvana. There is more continued than this, nothing more to do anymore. So this is what he said. The Buddha said that someone that reaching this level, he already see the things exactly like they are, nature as it is. He said he don't have any more to practice. He already fulfill all the practice. And also he released to nirvana. So there is nothing released anymore for him. He already released everything.
And a monk whose mind is thus released still honors, respects, reveres, and worships the Tathagata.
You see, even he reached to these conditions, but still he have respect to me as a teacher, the Buddha tell him. He get everything already, he full, enlightened, but he one thing, don't forget to appreciate his teacher, which is the Buddha himself.
Awakened, the Blessed One teaches the Dhamma for awakening. Tamed, the Blessed One teaches the Dhamma for taming. Tranquil, the Blessed One teaches the Dhamma for tranquility. Having crossed over, the Blessed One teaches the Dhamma for crossing over. Totally unbound, the Blessed One teaches the Dhamma for total unbinding.
You see, when I said to him, even this person, Arahant, he still will respect me as his teacher, as his leader, as example of all the releasing and letting go. Yeah.
When this was said, Saccaka, the Niganta son, said to the Blessed One, "It is we, Master Gautama, who were insolent, we who were reckless, in that we construed that Master Gautama could be attacked statement by statement.
He agree about his defeat. Okay.
For there might be safety for a person who has attacked a rutting elephant, but there is no safety for a person who has attacked Master Gautama. There might be safety for a person who has attacked a mass of fire, but there is no safety for a person who has attacked Master Gautama. There might be safety for a person who has attacked a fenced snake, a poisonous snake, but there is no safety for a person who has attacked Master Gautama. It is we, Master Gautama, who were insolent, we who were reckless, in that we construed that Master Gautama could be attacked statement by statement."
He admits that he defeated. Huh? He lost the conversation. Okay. And then now coming the pain after that he defeated, now he actually invites the Buddha to eat. Okay, tomorrow meals. I just make it shortcut for you. You want to read it or? Yeah, we have, okay, this is not so much, okay? We just read this one. This is the final, the ending, okay?
May Master Gautama, together with the community of monks, acquiesce to my offer of tomorrow's meal. The Blessed One acquiesced with silence. Then Saccaka, the Niganta-san, sensing the Blessed One's acquiescence, dressed Lijavi. "Listen, Master Lijavi, Gautama, the contemplative, invited for tomorrow together with the community of monks. Offer to me what you construe to be proper."
You see, I told you before that actually he's a lay person, but he's a debater. He's going from one place to another place and just talking to the people and debate with them. So he don't have any kitchen, he don't have any house to invite the Buddha for him. So he asked the Luchavi people to prepare food, so they give him, so he can give to the Buddha.
Then after the night had passed, the Lichavis offered to Saccaka, the Niganta-san, a food offering of approximately 500 oblation dishes. Saccaka, the Niganta-san, after having exquisite staple and non-staple prepared in his own monastery, announced the time to the Blessed One. "It's time, Master Gautama, the meal is ready." So the Blessed One early in the morning adjusted his underrobe and, carrying his bowl and robe, went together with the community of monks to Saccaka Niganta-san's monastery. On arrival, he sat down on a seat laid out. Saccaka the Niganta-san, with his own hand, served and satisfied the community of monks, heated by the Blessed One with exquisite staple and non-staple. Then, when the Blessed One had eaten and had removed his hand from his bowl, Saccaka the Niganta-san, taking a lower seat, sat down to one side. As he was sitting there, he said to the Blessed One, "Master Gautama, may the merit and accoutrement of the merit of this gift be exclusively for the happiness of the donors."
One moment. You see what happened? The Luchavi people, they offer to the Saccaka, and then Saccaka he offered to the Buddha. So now Saccaka, after finishing Buddha eating everything and this, he said, this merit, this is belong to me and belong to the Luchavi that offer the food. But actually Saccaka is the one that presenting this. Yeah? They give her. So you see what the Buddha tell him about it.
Agivesana, whatever has come from giving to a recipient such as you, not without passion, not without aversion, not without delusion, that will be for the donors. Whatever has come from giving to a recipient such as me, without passion, without aversion, without delusion, that will be for you.
You see what the Buddha said to her? He said, they offer you whatever the food they offer you, because they offer to you, they didn't offer to me, they will get the merit that they give to you, and you are just ordinary person. So they get merit of ordinary person or simple person. Actually, again, he laughing. He put them down. He show him you are not enlightened. Don't be proud on yourself so much. And because of this, they offer to you, they get less merit. You are the one that give to me. So you will get the merit that you give to me, which is I am an enlightened person. So your merit will be higher than me. If they offer to me, they also get the high merit. But they offer to you, you're a simple person. You're not so much important. I'm more important. So here I'm bigger than you. Something like this. So you see, it's important. Also, when you want to offer, you know, to offer directly to someone, and then these recipients, the fruit for what you are giving. Okay? So this is something like showing how the Buddha did use the wisdom paramita to overcome the debate with saccaka. Okay? And this is the 6 verses of the Mangala, Buddha Jaya Mangala Gatha. Okay, this verses. So we have one more verses to talk about. Anyone have questions about this sutta or whatever, or any kind of questions that you have? Yes, anyone have any questions? Clear? Good. So thank you very much. And I will stop sharing. We pay again respect to the Buddha. Aham sama sambuddho bhagava Buddha bhagava Vivati Samagato bhagava Dhamma Talk Upatipatto bhagavato Thank you. Good night. Dankeschön.
Thank you.
Gute Nacht.